Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everybody. Let's start our lesson today. And today we are going to start preparing for quiz 1. So since this is the first time I meet you, I'm interested to know which lessons have you started yet and which textbook are you using? Ticket to English or Gateway to English? Yes? Did you hear my question? Hi. So welcome Lycée Moulay Abdallah Al Jadida. I'm happy to meet you today. I can't hear you. So please can you tell me if the sound is okay? Or at least write on the chat. Yes?
Yeah, hear you.
Can you? Okay. So welcome to this first session with the Tamkin Academic Support. Now my question to you is if you have already started units number 1 and 2 with your teachers.
We saw one.
Unit number 1. Great. And what about the textbook you are using? Which textbook? Yes. You are using Gateway to English or Ticket to English? Ticket to English. That's it? So I'm using Gateway to English, but basically we can have the same lessons. So I start by explaining some lessons and revising them, and then we are going to move to practice. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. I see that Sal Mulay Abdullah are still raising hand. Is there a question you want to ask me? Is that okay? Can we start? Okay, so the first thing we are going to revise here are some linking devices or linking words expressing different functions. Then we are going to have a short review of verbs followed by to infinitive and verbs followed by gerund form and both. Then we are going to see some communicative functions like making and responding to requests, expressing lack of understanding and asking for clarification. We'll have a short vocabulary exercise. And when practicing, we are going to try to answer some national exam questions on the lessons that I have presented here. So the first item we are going to talk about is linking words. And the first linking word is linking word of addition. What do we mean by addition? Can someone give me an idea about what linking words of addition do? You can write in the chat if you like. So addition is, as this icon shows, is when you have two different ideas and we want to add one idea to another. Salmullah Abdullah, someone was going to speak? Yes? Okay, so I have written some examples here so that to illustrate the linking words for addition. Internet is not only informative but also entertaining. So here I'm giving two different ideas about the internet. Number one, it's informative. That is to say, it gives information. Number two, it is a means of entertainment. It means you can watch film, listen to music, play games in your free time. And this is what we mean by entertaining. Here, these are two adjectives, informative and entertaining. Now, the linking word I'm using here to show addition is this linking word, not only, but also. Okay, so this is the first example with the first linking word. I'm linking the idea about giving information to the idea of giving entertainment. Number two, internet is a good source of information. It gives entertainment. Here, it's the same idea expressed differently. But you can see the difference between number one and number two is that I have here two complete sentences. I have internet is a good source of information, and then I have it gives entertainment. So you have the subject, the verb, and the complement. Now, when you have two different sentences and you want to express addition, you can use linking words like these ones here. You have moreover, furthermore, besides, in addition, or in addition to this, in addition to that, additionally, or also. So these are linking words that you can use to link two different ideas expressed in two different sentences, as you can see here. Now, number three, when we have a noun after and we want to add other nouns to a list, like when you are expressing, for example, you are given a list of items and you want to add one to the other items. So you can say here, in addition to Arabic, Jalal speaks French, English, and Spanish. So French, English, Spanish are languages, of course, and Arabic is another language that this person speaks. So I use in addition to. What you should remember here is that in addition to should be used or should be followed by a noun. The last example is using the expression as well or to. Now, as well is more common in spoken English, but you can still use it in writing. So you can say, my brother is very talented at drawing, and he is skilled at sculpting as well. So talented and skilled are nearly the same thing. It means having talent and having skill. And sculpture, making sculptures or carving sculpture is what you see here in the picture. So he is good at drawing. He can draw pictures and he is also good at sculpting. So I'm giving here two ideas about this person who is my brother. I'm adding the fact that he is good at sculpting to the fact that he is good at drawing. So I can use here as well or to. Just one remark concerning as well is that you should use it at the end of the sentence. Okay, so look at the sentence again. My brother is very talented at drawing. He's skilled at sculpting as well. So are these expressions clear to you, or you need me to explain another time?
Clear.
They are clear. So we have seen not only but also and how to use it. We integrate it to the sentence. We have seen moreover, furthermore, besides, in addition to this, additionally also, and these are used between two different clauses or sentences. We have seen in addition to, which is followed by a noun, and we have seen as well or to, which can be used at the end of the sentence. Now I move on to another linking word, which are the linking words related to cause and effect. Now, cause, you show the cause of behind something or the reason. We can use the word cause, or also we can use the word reason. The reason why, or the cause, the reason behind, the cause behind. So the child couldn't play computer games because or since his mother didn't allow him to. So if we are asking this child why he didn't play computer games, the reason is that his mother didn't allow him to. You know what does allow mean? To allow means to, yes? To allow a person to do something means to give him or her permission to do something. That's fine. I hear some people answering, but it looks like we are not having the same timing. I'm sorry for not hearing you. Okay. So the child couldn't play computer games because or since. So because and since are linking words of cause. They are used to connect two different sentences, a sentence which has or which shows the effect with a sentence which shows the cause. We have another linking word for cause, which is because of or due to. So you can see here, the roads flooded or the roads were flooded because of or due to the heavy rain. You see here in the picture, this is a picture of flood. So when you have a lot of rain, sometimes you can have roads flooded. Now, what do you notice here for you the use of because of and due to? If you look or if you consider the structure of the sentence here, you notice that you don't have a full sentence like here. Here you have because his mother, that's a subject, didn't allow verb, etc., him too. But here you have the heavy rain, which is a noun phrase or simply a noun to simplify. So when you use because of or due to, you must use a noun after it. Now the third item is thanks to. Thanks to is expressing the same thing. It means we are dealing with cause. We are explaining the cause, the reason. But then when you use thanks to, the meaning should be positive. Example, here, thanks to his hard work, Karim managed to achieve his dreams. Managed to, it means was able to. So if you say here, thanks to his hard work, Karim managed to achieve his dreams, we understand that what's going to come after thanks to is something positive, and which is the hard work. Now, if you say here, due to, because of, sometimes you can say because of his hard work, Karim managed to achieve his dreams. Because of or thanks to. Why? Because of is also neutral. You can use it for positive ideas and you can use it for negative ideas. But when you use thanks to, you must be careful not to choose any negative items to come after. You should choose only positive things here. Are they clear? Causes, expressions of cause? Yes? Are they clear to you? Yes?
Not clear.
I hear like someone saying not clear. Yes? Please. I can't hear you well. Can you please write what you want to say in the chat?
She that
Yes. I hear a lot of interruptions. The sound is not clear. Can you tell me which of these structures are not clear to you so that I can explain again? Yes?
in word.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. I know someone is speaking, but I can't hear exactly what you say. Could you please try again?
For you.
Yes, she said she doesn't understand. Which item do you don't understand? Which linking word? All the expressions of cause or a particular one? Yes? Okay, I'll try again. I'll try again to explain all of them. Now I said yes,
Using as
using.
using
Could you type that in the chat? Using what? I heard using and I stopped. Could you type in the chat using what? You don't understand using what? Which expressions?
I guess she said because of.
Because of. Fine. Thank you very much. Now, let's say that a person, like I'm going to give another example here. That's fine. Okay. So let's have this example. So the student, okay, the student didn't go to school. Okay. He was ill. So when you consider these two sentences, you have one sentence is a cause and one sentence is the effect. Which one is the cause? The sentence of the cause is he was ill.
Mother,
Now,
his mother didn't.
his mother didn't allow him to. Are you speaking about this sentence here? Okay. I'll try to explain it, though I thought you asked about because of. So I re-explain the first sentence and then we go to the example with because of. So I said here the child couldn't play computer games because his mother didn't allow him to. Didn't allow him to play. It means didn't accept, didn't give him the permission to play. Now this person wants to play. The cause is that the mother doesn't allow him to play, and the result, he is not able to play computer games. This sentence is a result. This sentence is a cause. So when you have two different sentences and they ask you to join them using a linking word for cause, like because or since or as, then you should look for the sentence of the cause. You should identify it. When you find the cause, then before this sentence of cause, you place because or since or as, and then you leave the rest as the effect sentence. Like you can start here, because his mother didn't allow him to play computer games, the child couldn't do. For example, I can change the order. But the main thing that you should remember here or bear in mind is that when you use because and since, you have two complete sentences. You must have two complete clauses or sentences in order to be able to link them with because and since. Is that fine now?
Yes.
Now, when you use because of, you should change the expression. It means if you have a sentence here, like the one I wrote for you, the student didn't go to school, he was ill. So he was ill is a full sentence. This is the cause. It means if the person doesn't go to school, it's because he is ill. Now, I can't use he was ill as it is with because of, because when I have because of or due to, I must use the noun. What is the noun from ill?
Illness.
Illness. That's excellent. So I can say because of his illness. Okay, I can use because of his illness. That's clear. So I say the student didn't go to school because of his illness or due to his illness. I hope it's clear now.
Yeah.
And of course, thanks to is the same use. I'm talking about the use. It's the same use as because of and due to, with the only exception that thanks to, you should use it when the meaning is positive. Okay, so for this example that I gave here, the student didn't go to school. You cannot use thanks to because illness is something negative. So you can't use thanks to his illness. It's a bad thing. That's fine now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the sentence about effect or consequence. The student missed the bus as a result, consequently, therefore, so that he was late for class. As you see here, the two different sentences are the sentence for the cause, which is the student missed the bus. He didn't catch the bus. All right. And because he didn't catch the bus, what happened to him? He was late for class. Okay, so these are two independent clauses or sentences, and to link them using a linking word for effect, you can use as a result, consequently, Therefore, so thus. Notice here that I have used a full stop before each linking word, capital letter, and then a comma after each one of them. Of course, I made the slashes because these types of lessons are tested in the national exam. And then I'm going to show you the cases. I said here for the cases, here you have when you have two different sentences. Okay, for this one. And for this one, when it should be followed by a noun or a noun phrase. And the same thing here, it should be followed by a noun or noun phrase expressing a positive idea, not a negative one. And here you have to use a sentence of the cause, then a linking word of effect, then the sentence for effect. Is that okay for this part?
Yes.
Fine. Now, let's move on to another idea, which is expressing purpose. What do we mean by expressing purpose? Do you know what purpose means? Purpose means the
Intention.
intention. Very good. That's excellent. It could be the intention or it's the goal. That was Hela. Welcome, Hela. Purpose or goal. Now, Ahmed took a taxi. He wanted to be on time. All right. So here I have two actions. The first one is what Ahmed did. The second one is what was his purpose or goal. It means why or for what purpose did he take a taxi. So the action here I'm going to look for is what do they want to do or why did Ahmed take a taxi. So I can underline here the verb to be. It means if he took a taxi, it's because he wanted to be on time. He wanted to be on time. That's the purpose. So what do I say? I say Ahmed took a taxi in order to, or so as to, or to simply be on time. These three expressions are expressions of purpose. You have in order to, you have so as to, and you have to, plus the verb in the infinitive. Okay, you should use the verb in the infinitive. Now let's see it in a different way. Ahmed took a taxi. I'm using the same sentence, but this time I'm adding the negative form. It means I'm saying he didn't want to be late. He didn't want to be late. So here, to be late is something that Ahmed doesn't want to happen. So it's not his goal. All right. Ahmed took a taxi in order not, okay, not to be late or so as not to be late or simply not to be late. What you should remember here, if you decide to place not before or you place not directly before the two. Okay, this is what you should bear in mind because you've got some students writing in order to not be late, which is not correct, which is not accurate. Okay, so Ahmed took a taxi in order not to be late, so as not to be late or simply not to be late. Now, let's move to another case with expressions of purpose, the expression so that. Now, if you compare this sentence with this one, you are going to see that here we are talking about the same person. It's Ahmed who took a taxi, and it's Ahmed who wants to be on time. So the verb to be is going to be done by Ahmed. It refers to he, and he is the same subject as Ahmed. Now, if you consider this example here, Helen works hard. She wants her parents to be proud of her. Now, if you take be here, which is the verb of the purpose or the goal we want to achieve, that's to be proud of her. Who is going to be proud? Is it the parents or Helen?
Parents.
Parents, that's excellent. Now, what do we notice here? We notice that the two subjects here are different. It's Helen who works hard, and it's her parents who are going to be proud of her. Now, when you have this case of two different subjects, or you are talking about two different groups of people, you can't use in order to or so as to, you must use so that. And when you want to use so that, so what happens here? You can use so that plus the her parents. Her parents here is what? What is her parents in this sentence? It is the subject of the second action. All right, it's the subject of the second action. You can use would because it's safe to use would all the time after so that, plus the verb in the infinitive, would be proud of her. Okay, so I repeat, Helen works hard. That's the same sentence. Helen works hard so that her parents, which is a subject, would plus be plus proud of her. I hope it's clear, the expressions for purpose.
Yeah.
If it's not clear, we can add more examples.
No, it's clear.
It's clear?
Yeah.
Okay, fine for Hala. The other students or the other schools? We have other schools with us, Mulay Abdullah Jdida and the schools from Sela. Is it fine? Can we go on? Yes, Mulay Abdullah. Somebody speaking from Lisa Mulay Abdullah. Yes, I'm still waiting for your question.
Yeah.
Do you have a question concerning the expressions of purpose?
No, it's clear.
It's clear. Thank you. Okay, now we move on to another section, which is contrast and concession. Now, some people confuse contrast and concession. Now, generally, they are similar. And what we mean by contrast and concession is that when you use linking words that connect opposing ideas, you have two ideas which are completely different or contrasted, so you can use linking words of contrast and concession. There is another information that I want to share about concession is that when the opposing idea is something readers do not expect or that surprise them, we call it a concession. Like when you tell somebody, although although it was raining, I went out for a walk. So normally people think that when it is raining, people prefer not to go out, to stay home, so as not to get wet or to catch a cold. Now, when I say to you, although it was raining, I went out for a walk, it means that my action of going out may be a kind of surprise to you. It's surprising for people to go out during the rain. So that's this expression we are going to use or to call it a concession. So I'm going to give some examples with linking words of concession and contrast. The first example is this one. Informal education is very enriching. It makes you rich. It gives you a lot of information. That's from the adjective rich. However, nevertheless, yet, or still, it doesn't lead to certification. You know, you studied informal education with your teachers, I suppose. Now, informal education is what? Yes? Maybe mic is not working well.
It's a general term for education that we can learn about our families or our environment.
Very good. Yes, good. Hala, that's great. Yes, informal education is the type of education you have in all your life since you are born. It's about what your family give you as kind of education, values, what you get from society, what you can see on TV, what you can know or experiences you have in life, what you can learn from your friends, etc. So, of course, informal education is very important in everyone's life. But the problem with informal education is that it doesn't give us access to a certificate or diploma. So if you are trying, for example, to get a job, you cannot prove that you have very good education. So here I'm using this concession or contrast. Informal education is very enriching. However, nevertheless, yet still, it doesn't lead to certification. Notice here that I have two independent sentences. Informal education is very enriching and it doesn't lead to certification. I use these linking words in the middle. It means between the first sentence and the second sentence. Now here, I can use other linking words for concession like although, even though, and though. So I say, although education is very important, not all students feel motivated to learn. Please, can you tell us the subject? The subject of what? Yes, Abdeslam Amir. Kanawiyat Abdeslam Amir. I couldn't understand your question. What is the subject? The subject of what?
I guess the subjects of the sentences.
The subject of the sentence?
This is what I guess.
Okay. Thanks, Hala, for answering. Okay, generally speaking, because Abdeslam Amir joined a little bit late, we are preparing for quiz 1 and we are revising first the lesson of linking words. But we are going to revise other lessons as well. So now we are explaining the contrast and concession linking words. If you are looking for the subject of the sentence, as Hala said, so you have here, yes?
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
من عبد السلام عامر لان يلاه دخلنا دابا التام ديالها التحقوا
وي.
دونك ما عرفوش هما شنو السوجي فاش خدامين بعدا.
داكور دونك very briefly انا نرجع معكم بواحد دقيقه. دونك حنا اليوم كنا دايرين واحد البريباريشن ديال الفرد الاول. دونك توقعت شنو الدروس اللي ممكن يكونوا داروها يعني في ديال الدروس ديال الوحده الاولى يونيت 1 ودرت فيهم امثله وبعض المقتطفات من امتحانات وطنيه سابقه غادي نخدموها باش نتمرنوا على هاد الدروس هذه. دونك انا رجعت بكم لاباج الاولى ديال السلايد الاولى ديال الدروس اللي هي معنيه بهاد المراجعه. some linking devices, some verbs followed by two infinitive, gerund or both, some communicative functions and some vocabulary, and we take the practice from national exam questions. That's fine.
اذا هادو استاذ هادو الثانيه بكالوريا يمكن ياك
ثانيه بكالوريا وي
داكور صافي لان هذا مستوى اولى بكالوريا داكشي علاش نعم
Yes.
ولكن ماشي مشكل مزيان تستافدوا معاهم.
اوكي
يلا شكرا استاذ اسمحي لنا. نعم
لا مرحبا. So I go back to contrast and concession, and here the second question, surfing the net can be very useful for study and research, but it can be a waste of time. So I think that you have the habit of using but as a linking word for contrast and concession, and but you can change it with however, nevertheless, yet, and still. The last linking word we are going to use is while, whereas, بينما, while and whereas. So you can have some people prefer to go to language centers to study a language, while others, or whereas others, prefer to study it online. It means you have two types of preferences. Some people when they want to learn a language, they want to go and to be present at a language center to study the language. But you have another group which prefer to study languages online. It means using the internet. You can use an online platform like you are using now. You are using the Tamkin platform to learn. You can use, for example, let's say videos on YouTube or other channels. You can follow courses like look at some resources like PDF resources or else. So here we call it you are studying online. You are studying using social networks, like you have a group of students and they start studying. So here you have two preferences, one in this sentence and one in the other sentence. But because there is a contrast in the places, here you have going physically to a language center to study. And here you are studying online or virtually. So contrasting the two places, we are going to use while and whereas. Is this clear to you?
Yeah.
Yes, what about the others? Salmulay Abdullah?
Clear.
Clear. Okay. Now, as we say, practice makes perfect. Now, the exercises I'm going to show you now are sentences and exercises which are taken from previous national exam questions. Let's start with the first one. I took it from one of the exams that you have in 2015. So the instruction says, join the pairs of sentences with the linking words given. Okay? Join the pairs of sentences with the linking words given. So they give you different sentences, two independent and separate sentences, and they give you a linking word to join these pairs of sentences. So I'm going to give you some time to give me an answer to this. Please, can you write your answer in the chat space? The first one, the show was postponed. There were some technical problems. The verb to postpone means to put off. It means you or cancel. You can postpone it is not really canceling. It means you just give it another time, okay, or fix another time for the show to happen. The show was postponed due to some technical problems. That's excellent, Hela. Okay, Hela has written her answer in the show space. So to show you the answer written by Hela, I'm going to copy it and paste it here. Let me have a space for that. Okay. So, due to technical problems. So here we have here, I keep the same sentence, which is the sentence of the effect. The show was postponed. And I go to the sentence of the cause. Okay. Now, there were some technical problems is the cause for Mulay Abdullah Jdida. Now, you wrote there were some technical problems. Do you think that this is how we should write or how we should start the sentence?
No.
Not really, because what I said before is that you should be able to differentiate or to make the difference between the cause sentence and the effect sentence. Okay? Now, the effect sentence is this. The show was postponed. The show was postponed. And the reason why the show was postponed is because of the technical problems. Now, when you use due to, I said when you use due to, you must use the noun. Okay? So I'm going to delete this. All right? I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to say the show was postponed due to some technical problems. Okay? The show was postponed due to some technical problems. Is that okay?
Yeah.
شكرا.
Yes. Salmulay Abdullah Jdida. Are you following?
Let's go.
Yes?
Yeah, that's clear.
Okay. Please, because many of you are speaking at the same time, so if something is not clearly understood, you write on the chat. Okay?
Sure.
Yes?
You, sir.
Yeah, could you repeat your question? We couldn't hear you.
Or,
Yes, Jadida, I'm still waiting for your question. I couldn't hear it.
Yes.
Could you write in the chat because the voice is not clear? Yes? Salamullah Abdullah, you have muted the phone. Okay, now it's fine. So I'm listening to you. What's your question? That's it. We used due to before now. Exactly. This is why I just cleaned or deleted here. There were some technical problems. Okay, if you see here. So you have there were. This is subject. This is verb. And this is the complement. Some technical problems. It's a noun. Okay, some technical problems. It's a noun. So when we use due to here, so I had to clean this to delete the subject and to delete the verb and leave just the noun. This is because we use due to before noun, as I said before. So the sentence reads, the show was postponed due to some technical problems. So that's fine? Is that fine now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going now to test or to ask you to do the second question, which is based on a different linking words. So Fatma got a loan from the bank. She wanted to start a small business. You know a loan? You know what a loan is? A loan is money that you get from the bank, for example, or from somebody, but you have to pay it back. Okay? You have to give it back to the person who gave it to you. In Arabic, we say it's what's a loan in Arabic? Mehdi, I couldn't hear you.
I don't know, teacher, what is in Arabic.
But you understand it in English at least.
Yes.
Yes, loan is qard. It's a credit. That's a loan. So Fatma got a loan from the bank. She wanted to start a small business. So if you read these two sentences, what is the goal or what is the purpose of Fatma?
She wants
She wants to start
small
small
Yes,
business.
very good. So here the verb that she wants to achieve is to start a small business. Now, please, can you write the answer to this question in the chat space? Fatma got a loan from the bank. Okay. Now someone to type the answer in the chat. Yes, Hala again. Fatma got a loan from the bank so as to start a small business. Hi, Emin. Fatma got a loan from the bank so as to start a small business. That's excellent. Yes, Fatma got a loan, so you start with this sentence and you complete with so as to, all right, start. Okay, and start is representing the verb in the infinitive. Okay, verb in the infinitive. So that's excellent. Do you have any question?
No.
No.
All right. So I move on. Someone is having some background noise. I don't know who, but please, if you have noise, deactivate or mute your mics. Okay. Another exercise of linking words that was given in 2016. All right. Now these are the two sentences and these are the linking words they were given. Let's start with the first one. Lisa is getting fat. She eats unhealthy food. Okay. You are supposed to join the pairs of sentences using as a result, which is a linking word of effect. So the first thing you should start with is trying to identify which sentence is cause and which sentence is effect. So just answer me orally. What is the sentence of the cause?
The cause is eating unhealthy food.
That's excellent, Mehdi. Yes. Eating unhealthy food is the cause, and the effect is
Getting fat.
Lisa is getting
getting
fat.
fat. Right. Okay, so here, when you identify the cause and effect, it becomes easy to insert as a result here. So you say here that Lisa eats unhealthy food. That's excellent. Muhammad Amin, yes, he has written the answer in the chat. That was excellent. Lisa is getting fat as a result of eating unhealthy food. Now, Amin, you have used as a result of. I prefer that you use your use is correct. It's fine, but
we
it's
can
better to use the
we can use she
sentence.
eats unhealthy food as a result. She's getting fat.
Okay, so you can say that Lisa eats unhealthy food, like Hela said. As a result, she is getting fat. As a result,
Yes.
she is getting fat. Okay, so that you don't have to use of, but you use getting fat. That's fine?
Yes.
Okay. I still hear some noise coming from Salmoulay Abdullah Jadida. I hope they follow with us. I hope that they hear us clearly. Okay, let's move on to the second question, which is another question of purpose. And this is a good opportunity to tell you that linking words of purpose are used a lot or are asked a lot during national exam questions. So this is the sentence. Morocco has set up a large solar plant. What's a solar plant? Solar plant, Morocco has a solar plant in, where is
It's
it?
the conversion of energy from sunlight into electricity.
That's excellent. Yes. Okay. So that's when you produce, it's a place, okay, or it's like a plant, a station to produce solar energy,
Yes.
and use it for producing electricity. To set up means establish, to found, to assist. Okay. So Morocco has set up a large solar plant. Morocco wants to produce clean energy. Okay, so what is the goal behind setting up a large solar plant?
Producing clean
Produce
energy.
clean.
That's excellent, to produce clean energy. All right, so the sentence, as your friend has written, Morocco has set up a large solar plant in order to produce clean energy. Okay, Morocco has set up a large solar plant in order to produce clean energy. Okay, the last exercise about linking words is another type of exercise, which is much easier. Here, they don't give you two pairs of sentences to join, but they give you a sentence which is already written, and you have blanks, and you have to supply or to choose the right linking words from the list. So the first sentence, we didn't go on a picnic, the bad weather.
We didn't
Because
go
of the bad weather.
Excellent. Because of bad weather. Why we use because of here in this sentence?
Because it's the cause.
Oh.
Yes, Salmoulay Abdullah, you are raising hand. Yes?
After, because of.
Excellent. Yes, I could hear a little bit, though it is interrupted. All of these are expressions of cause, but we are going to choose because of and not as and since, because as and since are linking words that must be followed by sentence. Because of is followed by noun. That's excellent. Let's move on to sentence number 2. Yes, Amin, you have a question? Go ahead. You can use your mic if you like.
Yes, we said we should put because of. I think we should add the bad weather after because of. Should add the.
It is possible to add the bad weather. You are speaking about the addition of article. That's possible because of the bad weather or because of bad weather. But actually, the bad weather is much better. Yes, that's good. You can add. I'll just add it. Okay. Couldn't add it using the board. So is that your question, Amin? That's fine.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you. Okay, let's move to question number 2. Jawad read the instructions carefully. It means when you buy a new thing, like here you have a printer to print the documents. And Jawad read the instructions. You have a book which shows you how to use it, how to install it, etc. So Jawad read these instructions, but the problem was that he couldn't or he wasn't able to install the printer. Now, which linking word do you think is better suited to this sentence?
The second one.
Yeah,
The second one, which is?
Although.
Although. Very good. Although. Which is a linking word for what we said? We said it's linking word for? Concession. It's for concession.
Concession.
Yes. Moreover serves what? Moreover is for? Moreover is for?
Addition.
Addition. Excellent.
Addition.
And in order to is for? Okay, in order to is for purpose. Okay. Hi, Rabab. I can see that you have entered the conference room, but you are just joining as a listener. You cannot ask question because you did not activate your mic. So if you want to change or if you want to talk, you can activate. Now let's move on to sentence number 3. His outstanding communication skills. Rashid had good knowledge about management and marketing strategies. Okay? Outstanding. Outstanding means what?
Awesome.
Yes? It's excellent. That's it. It means when you have a person who has excellent communication skills, outstanding is eloquent, excellent, so that everybody can notice them because they are outstanding. Now here we are talking about Rashid and we are talking about a number of skills and strategies he has. Which linking word do you think can we use here?
While.
Hala says why?
In addition to.
Do you agree, the others?
No, in addition to.
In addition to.
Yes, in addition to, I agree.
Yes, right.
Yes.
So here we are just giving an idea about Rashid's skills. So he has communication skills and we are adding to the communication skills his management and marketing strategies. Now just remember, Hala, that when you use while, you should have 2 independent sentences.
Yeah.
See? Now here you don't have 2 independent sentences. You have just a noun phrase, which is communication skills. His outstanding communication skills. This is a noun or a noun phrase. It's not yet a full or complete sentence. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you have no questions, we can move on to the second lesson, which is a review for lessons that you have in verbs followed by to infinitive and gerund. So I wrote here some of the verbs that you can use to infinitive after, like want, agree, ask, decide, hope, manage, expect, attempt, learn, plan, promise, neglect. And I'm using here other verbs which are followed by gerund. That is to say, what is gerund form?
End by ing.
Very good. Gerund form means verb plus ing. So the verbs which are followed by gerund form are avoid, enjoy, dislike, miss, suggest, mind, give up, feel like, look forward to, can't help, resist, can't stand, bear, etc. Here the picture, this picture is representing what? Which of the expressions here or here you feel that are more suited to this picture? What's the problem with this person here?
Resist.
Dislike.
Not really resisting. This person has problem with
Noise.
noise. Yes, Rabab, that's excellent. So we can say that this person, I can't stand staying in this noisy place. I can't stand staying. So when I use staying, it's verb plus ing because it's preceded by can't stand. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's see from a national exam that we had in 2012, I chose these two sentences. So, Mahjoub's mother is looking forward to her grandchildren in Spain. The choices you are given are visit, visiting, or visited.
Visit.
Visit.
Could you write your choice of the answer in the chat, please? Hala says visit. Ola Abdullah Jdida visiting. Mehdi says visit. Yes. The other answers, please. Let's have Rabab. What do you think, Rabab?
It's visit.
Visit. And we have Insaf, we have Muhammad Amin, we have Yusuf, the others. Could you write your answers? I'm interested. I'm curious to know. The sentence is here, Amin. Mahjoub's mother is looking forward to her children in Spain. And these are the three options. Salmullah Abdullah Jdida say visiting because we have an expression. That's excellent. What expression do we have?
Looking forward to. Forward to.
Excellent. So look forward to this kind of trick you have here. So looking forward to is an expression that you must use the gerund after. Okay, so when you have looking forward to, you must have a gerund for after. Okay, so the answer is visited, not visit. Be careful about this expression. Look forward to is always followed by gerund. Okay, so you can add that to your notes. Number 2. Many people today can't imagine without their mobile phones.
The boat. Live. To live.
Live in.
To
The
live.
others, can you write your answers, please? Mehdi, live in. Live in. That's excellent. Okay, so the right answer is live in. And again, when you have can't imagine, can't resist, can't help, these expressions are always followed by gerund form. That's excellent. We have the expression can't imagine. That's right. That's excellent. Another exercise, I took it from another national exam question, which is in 2014. Now, Oliver enjoys to exotic places. So enjoys is followed by what?
Gerund.
Gerund form. That's excellent. So the answer here is
Traveling.
traveling. That's excellent. Number 2, Jane is planning her grandparents in Morocco next summer. The verb here is to plan. So Jane is planning.
To
What is your
visit.
answer?
To visit.
To visit.
Excellent. All right. Planning to visit. Plan is a verb which needs that the word after be in infinitive form, not in gerund form. So that was excellent. We move on to some functions like making a request, like expressing lack of understanding, and of course, asking for clarification. So the exercise which was given in 2015, they give you a list of expressions and you choose the function that best suits the function, the expression. Someone to read question number 1, please.
Could you show
Teacher,
me?
can I?
Yes?
Could you show me the way to the bus station, please?
Okay. So what expression does this sentence or what function does this sentence express?
Clarification.
Request. Very good. This is could. Here you have could and you have please here. Okay. So could and please. So you have making a request. Number 2. Someone else to read in number 2?
Sorry, but I don't see what you mean.
Okay, I don't see what you mean. This is what?
Asking for clarification.
Uh-huh. It's not really asking. I'm expressing what?
Not understand.
Lack of understanding. I'm expressing lack of understanding. Yes, very good. Lack of understanding. For number 2. Yes, Salmullah, that's excellent. Number 3. I wonder if you could give us an example to illustrate your points. I wonder if you could give us an example to illustrate your points. Asking for clarification. Very good. Here, when I ask someone to give me an example, it means I need him or her to clarify. So I'm asking for clarification. I'm asking for clarification. That's excellent. Number 4. Would you mind lending me your notebook, please?
Asking for clarification.
Really?
Request.
Yeah.
Request.
It's a request.
Request.
Yes. I'm not asking you to clarify an idea here. I need a notebook and I'm asking you to give it to me or to lend it to me. So would you mind lending me your notebook, please? This is making a request. The last sentence?
I'm afraid I didn't get your idea.
I'm afraid I didn't
Expressing
get
lack
your
of
idea.
understanding.
Lack of understanding.
Yes, it's not. It's not refusing a request because here you say, "I didn't get your idea." It means I didn't understand. I didn't understand your idea. So when I say I didn't understand, it means that I'm expressing again lack of understanding. This is expressing lack of understanding. So I hope the expressions are clear to you.
Yes.
Do you have any questions concerning this exercise?
No. No.
No questions? Okay, we are about to finish. I will have the last exercise before we finish and we close this session. So here, it's an exercise for vocabulary. I took it from an exam question that happened 2 years ago. So you have a list of words: access, rural, thinking, place, system, and formal. So I give you some time to read the first passage and try to guess the words that we are using to complete the sentences. So let's assume that this is number 1.
System.
Formal system.
System, very good. Okay, so one of the characteristics, you know what are characteristics?
Yes.
Yes.
Features, okay? Characteristics or features, خصائص, مميزات. One of the characteristics of a good educational system, that's correct. System, yes, correct, is its ability to encourage critical in students.
Thinking.
Yes, as you see here a picture I have used to help you, okay, with critical thinking. Okay, I'll show it to you. Critical thinking, what is critical thinking? It's making sure that we have good reasons for our beliefs. It means you are not subjective. When you have an idea or when you have an opinion, you think and you have good reasons for it. So that we call it critical thinking. All right. So critical thinking and your system. Let's move on to sentence number 2. Nowadays, many people have to the internet, even those living in areas.
Access.
Very good. Very good. Access. So access, it means, like if you see here the picture I have given. Okay, so access, like for example, when you want to open something and they refuse, you have this sign. It means you cannot get access, all right, to this folder. So to get access, it's the ability to see, to watch, to open, or to enter, for example, a place. Nowadays, many people have access to the internet, even those living in
Rural.
and what about the second areas? Yes,
Rural
Hala, excellent. Rural, yes, Salmola Abdullah Jdida, yes, that's excellent. Now, just to have an idea about rural areas, it means places away from cities, like we say the countryside, and urban areas are cities and towns, etc., especially big ones. All right, so I think that the vocabulary exercise was clear enough. I was very happy to have this session with you. You were very good, and I hope to see you another time, to meet another time. So see you next time. I will close the session now.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you for attending.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.